What's going on, y'all? It's your boy H Dog, and I'm back with another video. And for a couple of days now, we've had this wild rumor going around about Horizon Zero Dawn possibly coming to PC, which I think by now it's been debunked. And the same person who did announce this, coincidentally, did say that Death Stranding would come to PC, but we all knew that before he even said anything. And this same person tried to say that a game called Hellblade Zero would be announced at E3 2019, but it never happened. So I digress. Now, because of this, it sent Twitter ablaze yesterday, and I know it depends by all who you follow on social media, whatever, to know about this. But a lot of Sony ponies and a lot of hardcore PC gamers kind of went at it once again about this whole thing, debating or not would it come to PC, would it not come to PC, the repercussions, vice versa. And I understand both sides of the argument completely. I understand both the side supporting the PC thing and in terms of the exclusives. Now, on the PC side of things, if it came to PC, and this is coming from a pony, mind you, I would not be mad if Horizon ever came to PC. And I've had that energy about any other Sony game that was exclusive at some point, but it eventually crossed over to other platforms. And honestly, before this even came up, Sony's been testing the waters, dipping their toe into the PC market, releasing certain games like Hellblade, Nier, Detroit on PC. Now, mind you, these games are second party. And hell, even recently when we heard about Yakuza coming to the Xbox platform for the first time, now you could, bring up the question, will Yakuza 7 be a multiplayer now? It's possible. Which I would not be mad at that either. I want people to experience this game, even though a lot of Xbox gamers hardcore will call it Jap crap. But like I was saying, when it comes to the exclusive thing, it's like I feel like that they were testing their waters with second party games, right? Just to see, okay, will people buy the PC versions of these games? And then you hear this wild rumor about Horizon Zero Dawn pop up. Now, I'm not saying that in the future, day one, you're gonna have PlayStation exclusives be available, or not exclusives, but you're gonna have PlayStation games available on both PS4 and PC natively day one. I'm not gonna say that at all, right? Because if that was to happen, you wouldn't really need a reason to own that console. Now, granted, this generation, and not just this generation, throughout gaming history, the casuals dictate the market. Like, I work with a lot of casuals, and I don't just work with a lot of casuals, I know a whole bunch more casuals. And majority of them game on PlayStation, mainly because they've gamed on PlayStation most of their life. Only like a couple of them I know play on Xbox, and only one person I know games on PC out of everybody, and only a handful of these people altogether that I know are actual hardcore gamers. And most of the casuals I know have never heard of these exclusives that's on PlayStation. They've never heard of Last of Us. They've never heard of, maybe Spider-Man, because, the name and all. They've never heard of Infamous, or Uncharted for that matter. They've never heard of these games. And the reason why is because they play what they play every year. Sports games, Apex, COD, Battlefield, and that's a wrap. And that's really the main reason. Why Sony's been able to achieve the $100 million mark in terms of consoles, is because of the casuals. Now, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, right, that every casual was like us hardcore gamers, where they knew about games like The Last of Us, where they knew about games like Uncharted. You can make an argument that maybe maybe the PS4 would be on track to be making not only hitting $100 million milestone. I keep saying $100 million, but $100 million milestone. They would probably be on par to be hitting a 200 mil or possibly 250 mil milestone if every casual gamer was like-minded like us. Let's keep it real. And if every casual gamer was like-minded like us, these exclusives would be selling a lot more than they already have been. But I digress. I can understand where some people coming from in the sense of the exclusive thing, because you wouldn't want this, and granted it's a debunked rumor by now, but you wouldn't want the possibility of, say, next generation, Jim Ryan announces, like, say whatever game that's going to be coming to the PS5 day one, right? Let's say he says that the PS5 version and a PC version will be available at launch. So you would kind of see where Sony would be at that point. They would be making the same mistake Microsoft did this generation. And granted, it's not necessarily that they made a mistake in terms of revenue, because they're still gonna make money. They're still gonna make money, because if you put a game on multiple platforms, it's gonna make more money altogether. But you have less incentive to buy that console, and people will be ripping into Sony just like they've been ripping into Microsoft this generation. Now, I digress. Before Microsoft started putting their games on PC, and when they did have exclusives, a lot of people wasn't fucking with those exclusives. So it could have been the reason and the motive for Microsoft to start putting games on PC, just so they can have more revenue in their pockets. Now, honestly, that's something that that Sony shouldn't be trying to make the same mistake as them in that respect. It's like it's a mistake, but it's not a mistake. I'm not saying it's a financial mistake, but it's a mistake in the sense you're not gonna give people a reason to buy your console. The hardcore gamers a reason to buy your console. Because in terms of console sales, the console's still gonna sell, man, because of the casuals. They're gonna still buy the PlayStation 5. The hardcore gamers will probably go and convert to PC, which honestly I would be kind of disappointed if somebody did that, because I'd be like, Jim Ryan, you the new boss in charge. You wouldn't want to be making a mistake and not giving me a reason why I should own a PS5. You want me to say, hey, this is why you need to own a PS5. Like, this generation, this is why. You can point to multiple games and say this and this and this is why you need a PS4. Now, honestly, I don't ever think, realistically speaking, that any first party game would natively come to PC day one. Now, granted, Sony can do this shit behind the scenes and no one would know, because high key they're smarter than Microsoft. Sony's high key smarter than Microsoft. Microsoft can announce that, hey, we're doing this and this and this on PC. Meanwhile, Sony, they don't like to talk, they like to show action. And they're showing you with their actions that they've been, dipping their toe in the PC market with these second party releases, and even letting a series like Yakuza finally come to Xbox for the first time. It's like they're dipping their toe on other platforms, and it starts with second party, but it could progress up to first party. And that's what a lot of people, don't want to avoid. That's what a lot of people want to avoid. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be frank. As someone who's a diehard PlayStation fan, I can tell you, and this is going to be run over by like almost 10 minutes. But I gotta say, I would keep this energy if Last of Us Part 2 was to get a PC release date. If Spider-Man 2 got a PC release date, I would keep that same energy. And this isn't just for that, but I would keep that same energy for any first party game come to PC day one. I wouldn't be mad. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if people start calling out Sony for their shit. But yeah, I've been rambling for quite a while on this topic. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and think about subscribing because I upload more content like this. And until next time, it's been your boy H Dog, and I'm out. Peace.